Welcome back to Screen Trends. Today we're going to talk about 6 bar owners that were so dumb on Bar Rescue. John Taffer is the Gordon Ramsay of the bar and nightclub business. In each episode of this program, Taffer helps transform a struggling bar into a vibrant, profitable business utilizing his expertise as a nightlife consultant who has started, flipped, or owned more than 600 bars and clubs in his career. From the height of the bar stools and the science of the perfect pour to the effect of the tempo of the music has on alcohol consumption, Taffer delves into every facet of the business, and he does it with a no-holds-barred style. Spike TV's Bar Rescue has helped a lot of bars make it onto a few top lists, but these bars aren't being noted for their stellar service or impeccable drinks. They have what host John Taffer considers some of the worst owners with some of the most disgusting bars. Number 1, Council Bluffs O-Face Bar came in at number 1 on the list of worst owners. Taffer said in a clip that the show had witnessed some outrageously incompetent owners, but no one came as close to the owners of O-Face. These owners were so terrible they put their customers in danger, they treated their employees like servants, and even let their manager beat up an employee, Taffer said. The Council Bluffs City Council blocked O-Face's liquor license renewal in May, stemming from the Bar Rescue appearance. O-Face owner Matt Overmeyer is in the process of appealing to the Iowa Alcoholic Beverage Division to overturn the council's denial. Overmeyer has alleged that Spike TV crews actively encouraged him and his staff to engage in staged fights and disorderly conduct for cameras. Number 2, Sorty's Tavern in Bellevue, Nebraska, owned by Jerry Dalrymple. This bar owner enjoyed drinking a lot, so why not own a bar? As for Jerry's imbibing, he said it's not uncommon for him to tip back a few on a Friday or Saturday night, or to buy a round for a group that's enjoying themselves at his bar. He constantly yelled at his staff,
Be lower.
Come on, I busted my ass off.
Jerry,
Let's get it out
you
there.
don't.
and on the renovations, Jerry said, they got all of these original bar stools from a local furniture place, and they're meant for in-home use. So, to tell you the truth, they all ended up in the dumpster. They all fell apart. We had to get new stools from a real bar place. You've got to do a lot of things after they finish. They didn't do anything behind the bar or in the back or in the bathrooms. We had plans to renovate anyway, and they've given us a great bar, something to help the kids have a good time. I'd do this again in a second. I appreciate everything the experience brought to us. Being on TV was really cool, and they liked us enough to do the show here. It's good notoriety for Bellevue. I'd do this again in a second. We've had nothing but positive results coming out of this from the community. Well, John Taffer says no. You were one of the worst owners he's ever met. Number 3, Taza Hookah Lounge made an appearance on the list of most disgusting bars. The entire bar is disgusting. There's garbage surrounding the circular bar, sitting right next to customers. The bathroom is so repulsive that the customers walk right out upon entering and do not use it. The trash throughout the bar sounds horrible, however, this is not yet the worst problem. The bar gives off a horrific odor because of a dead rat that's been sitting behind a couch for weeks. Taza, or the Oasis, had some issues with disturbances at the bar and had to report to Omaha City Council multiple times about their liquor license. This was part of the reason that the nightclub theme was dropped and they went back to the hookah lounge theme after the show aired. In December 2016, Omaha City Council stripped Oasis Hookah Lounge of their liquor license, citing 911 calls over the years. Oasis appealed to the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission. I'm not sure if Oasis is closed due to a failed appeal, or if Jesse decided to close the bar on his own. Taffer said the place smelled like old smoke, bacteria, and death. Number 4, Downey's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dominic, the owner, became so overwhelmed by his failing business that he didn't even notice how atrocious his bar had become. The exterior was battered, paint peeling, panels missing, and the interior was dirty, cluttered, and in some spots, literally falling apart. The kitchen itself was filthy and poorly maintained. The stove literally caved in when Taffer's crew started to clean it. They lost their liquor license shortly after the airing. One patron remembers a particular night at the bar. I was in the bar when they got raided for serving alcohol. There was an undercover chatting up the barmaid. He ordered a beer and a shot and sat there and drank some of it. 2 cops walked in, flashing badges at the barmaid, and started asking her for the liquor license, which of course she didn't have. They told her they were going to arrest her, at which point she started making a phone call to someone named Dominic and begged him to come and fix the situation. The gentleman who was seated at the bar that was talking with her left when the cops came in, and he walked back in with a clipboard and a badge hanging on a lanyard around his neck. Looked like entrapment to me, but hey, what do I know? The barmaid also had 2 or 3 small children there with her. They were off to the side, seated in a booth with blankets and pillows watching TV. It was just a bad scene all around. The police then asked us to leave. Not sure what happened after that. Number 5, KC's Neighborhood Bar and Grill in Kansas City, Missouri. The owner was so busy swinging his money away and encouraging his staff to overpour that he didn't even notice the biggest problem in his bar was the raccoons nesting right above his head. In addition, the flooring behind the bar was a raised platform where tap lines leaked and rotted a hole right through the floor. KC's Neighborhood Bar and Grill was opened in 2002 in Kansas City. Owner Bill Papon then turned it into a private bar to evade Missouri's smoking ban, and this decision helped bring in more patrons, while monthly profits flew to $41,000. Papon basked in his success through the years, but his health went on a steady decline, ultimately leading to 5 heart attacks and a triple bypass surgery. While on recovery, Papon handed over the reins to longtime bartender Elizabeth Jones, as he saw the same spark in her when he was around her age. Papon's faith in Jones was so strong that he groomed her as the buyer of KC's when he retired, instead of handing over the business to his son, Ryan, who worked in the establishment part-time. As Jones paid for co-ownership in an installment basis while shouldering the establishment's responsibilities, Papon remained in the bar as a patron, chugging down booze with other customers and encouraging the bartenders to overpour on purpose so everyone was bombed. Number 6, J.A. Murphy's Tavern in Fells Point, Maryland. There are mouse droppings all over the kitchen and a large dead rat decaying in the corner. The bar was so neglected and dilapidated, it turns out after inspection that the beams holding up the structure were corroded with dry rot and water damage, making the building technically condemned and unsafe for anyone to be in. In 2009, frat buddies Joel and Keith decided to open a bar on a whim. Despite having no bar or restaurant experience, the 2 of them successfully launched their tavern by offering dirt cheap drinks. The first happy hour offered $1.50 mixed drinks and shots. For the first year, the low prices worked and locals flocked to the bar. J.A. Murphy's was named Best Happy Hour, and it raked in more than $12,000 a night in sales. Keith took over the daily bar operations while Joel managed the books and staff. Their accidentally success was short-lived, and the model led to a business based on excess, not profits. The dollar shots, which everyone loved, forced Keith and Joel to stick to it. A lot of people started binge drinking, and the 2 frat buddies became overwhelmed by the unruly clientele. To make things worse, Joel's abrasive attitude divided his staff. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.